Welcome, everybody. My name is Dan Cooney. I'm the artistic director here at the theater, and we are so thrilled to see you all here tonight. This weather keeps trying to keep us down, but we prevail. Yes, thank you. Yes. I want to say welcome to our Into the Woods cast. Are most of you over here? Welcome, everybody. We started rehearsals today for Into the Woods. Into the Woods starring Broadway's own Jessica Grove. Jessica loves when I introduce her like that, but let me tell you, this entire company is phenomenal. We are so thrilled and excited to see what our dear friend Matthew Brennan is going to do with this reimagined, reimagined Into the Woods. It's going to be a wild ride into the woods. Matthew's here tonight. Welcome back, Matthew. We're so thrilled to have you. I want to say thank you to our Producers Circle friends. Now, we have a small group of friends who act as the entire season sponsorship, and we truly could not do it without this group of friends. It is a mathematical reality that this wouldn't happen without this group of friends. So I want to say thank you. Jan, you made it. We were told you weren't going to make it. Jan Lyons, everybody. Cannot keep Jan away. I'm glad you're here. Yes. Hi, John. Welcome. We also have, who else is with us in our circle? Steve and Marcy Feinberg. Hello, Steve and Marcy. Kate Haywood is here tonight. There's Kate. Hello, Kate. And the brilliant Dan Egler. Where's Dan? Hello, Dan. Yes! Dan and Jen are here as well. Truly could not do this without you. Thank you all so very much. So tonight is a special event. We are so thrilled to have John McDaniel back. Now, you remember John McDaniel from the Rosie O'Donnell Show, but John is a Tony and Grammy Award winning composer and conductor. Yes. And we want to say a very big and hearty congratulations to John and his team, because just a couple of weeks ago, they won an Emmy Award for Carol Burnett's 90th birthday celebration. How about that? It's been such a pleasure to partner with John on these special events, and we are just so thrilled you are back, good sir. Please welcome Mr. John McDaniel. Thank you, Dan. Hi, everybody. Oh my gosh.
It is so wonderful to be back at the Encore. It's my third time here. Last night we got to meet the cast of Into the Woods. They were just getting into rehearsal, and it was so wonderful to see them. This place is alive with live entertainment, and that's the thing. We are live. This is happening for you tonight. In fact, Alice and I work together quite a bit, and we have put in 2 new things tonight. You'll hear about that. So it's a brand new show for the Encore in Dexter, which we're excited about. Dan mentioned that I was here with Hugh Pinero last year, and also with the beautiful Broadway's Jessica Grove, which I think now we always have to intro her that way. But tonight is a very special night. Alice Ripley has graced the stages of so many Broadway shows, creating roles in shows like Sideshow, Sunset Boulevard, and of course Next to Normal, for which she won the Tony Award. So pretty exciting stuff. Very happy to say, please put your hands together. Oh, let me please turn on the keyboard. It's a good thing I learned how to do that today. Okay, it's coming. Oh my gosh! Please welcome the one and only Alice Ripley!
like show business, like no business I know. Everything about it is appealing, everything the traffic will allow. Nowhere can you get that happy feeling as when you're stealing that extra bow. There's no people like show people. They smile when they are low. Yesterday they told you you would not go far. That night you open and there you are. Next day on your dressing room they've hung a star. Let's go on with the show. The costumes, the scenery, the makeup, the props, the audience that lifts you when you're down. The headaches, the heartaches, the backaches, the flops, the sheriff who escorts you out of town. The opening when your heart beats like a drum. The closing when the customers don't come. There's no business like show business, like no business I know. You find out before the show has started that your favorite uncle died at dawn, and your ma and pa, they have departed. You're broken hearted, but you go on. There's no people like show people. They smile when they are alone. Even with a turkey that you know will fold, you may be standing out in the cold. Still you wouldn't trade it for a sack of gold. Let's go on with the show. Let's go on with the So, I don't usually wear glasses on stage, but I ran out of contacts, so actually they're like Coke bottle glasses, so I can't really, you're all just blurry without them, but I'm too vain to wear them the whole time. So that's what this show's going to be tonight, me dealing with my but I already know what song is next. I memorized the next one.
Ooh, okay, good.
So, should we just jump? I'm so excited to be here. We're here.
Isn't it great? We are happy to be here.
Wow, it's amazing, right? I'm glad to be here in Michigan. It's snowing. I'm glad we got some snow.
Isn't it beautiful?
Even though I'm from Ohio, please don't throw tomatoes at me. I really don't care about any of that Michigan thing that the rest of my family seems to care a lot about. But aren't you the champions? Didn't they just win something? Congratulations. So, okay, my first show was Tommy. Anybody heard of the show Tommy? Well, it wasn't my first show. My first show was, a flying monkey. I was a flying monkey in The Wizard of Oz when I was 13.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, everybody auditioned for Dorothy, and of course, only one Dorothy is cast, and it wasn't me.
Right.
The first show I did on Broadway was Tommy. Sorry, sometimes I skip over some important information when I'm talking. And that was really exciting. It was really fun. I'll never forget opening night. I was like doing some. It was in the back row, the most upstage row. But I was dancing on Broadway. I was like, I can't believe it. I was doing this routine during Sensation. I was like thinking, someday I thought I might sing on Broadway, but dance on Broadway? Dancing on Broadway. It's really, and those were the only times I got to dance on Broadway, because once you get cast in, a principal role, that you don't get to dance with the chorus or sing with the chorus anymore, which is kind of a drag. But Tommy, I was in the ensemble. It's a full-time, well, you never stopped moving the whole time. I don't want to say full-time job. Of course it is. But your job as an ensemble member in some of these shows, it's harder than the principal track.
Yep.
So I was Mrs. Walker's understudy, and Mrs. Walker was played by Marsha Mitzman, very talented, wonderful human being. But she had some problems with the Roscoe fog. Remember that was a thing back in the day? Not anymore, but it was a problem with, they were using a lot of fog effects in some of these shows, like Les Mis and Tommy, and then, so she was out for a while, and guess who stepped in to Mrs. Walker? I think I played it for weeks and weeks. I remember I got 2 paychecks. I don't know how that happened, but I did. It must have been something they figured out later. We can't do that anymore. But I was too young, according to the powers that be. I was too young to play Mrs. Walker, because I think I was like 30 years old, or 29. But I always looked younger than my age, so Des McAnuff, if you're listening, he told me I was too young to play Mrs. Walker, and so I left Tommy a hit Broadway show. In the middle of their hit run, I went on the road with the 3rd bus and truck of Les Miserables, because that makes sense, right? I mean, I would never do that today. But I just wanted to play Fantine so much. But before that happened, that's coming up in a little bit. So I was understudying Marcia, and I went on for her, and Mrs. Walker has a big, her big number is Smash the Mirror, and I kind of made a signature, I kind of made a name for myself singing the song, and then I would like sing the song in the show, and then go in the next day for an audition, and somebody would say, "We saw you last night, go on for Mrs. Walker. You were great." And I was like, great, well, it was clear that they didn't really want to cast me in anything, they just wanted to see me. They just wanted to see the person that just sang that, so I didn't really know what to make of that, but that's another story altogether. You keep moving forward. Right. You stay committed, and you keep making progress, right? It's all about making music. So here is Mrs. Walker's big song, and, you smash the mirror at the end. Smash the mirror. You don't answer my call with even a nod or a wink, but you gaze at your own reflection. You don't seem to see me, but I think you can see yourself. How can the mirror affect you? Or do I surmise that you fear me? Can you feel my temper rise, 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 rise? Do you hear or fear, or do I smash the mirror? Do you hear or fear, or do I smash the mirror? Do you hear or fear, or do I smash the mirror? Do you hear or fear, or do I smash the mirror? Thank you. That's a musical question that's answered immediately. You don't have to hang for the rest of the show. And what happens after that is the mirror smashes, all the furniture flies away, and Tommy turns away from the mirror and he looks at his hand for the first time, and he looks at his mother for the first time, and he leaves as soon as possible. I guess he doesn't like his mother very much. But coming up next is I'm free, I'm free. So I think that maybe we're going to work that in later, not tonight. We won't do it tonight. Like that person in line that doesn't know their glasses are dirty and they've got fingerprints all over them. It's really, why did I do my hair and put makeup on with fingerprints on my glasses? I don't know. Anybody have any answers? It's because it doesn't matter. That's the answer. We're here to make music. It does matter, but it doesn't matter. So, okay. Ready for the next song? Okay, this one, this is special. I would be interested to know if anybody has ever heard of this next song. It's called I'm All I've Got, and it's from a show called Bravo Giovanni, and it was written by Milton Schaefer. Milton Schaefer. I don't want to get his name wrong.
No.
Just left some lipstick on the microphone, sorry. And the microphone smells like a beer. It doesn't though, it smells like MAC lipstick.
Smells like this.
It smells like Ruby Woo. So I met somebody named David Michaels who used to work for the Actors Fund in LA. Because when you're an actor, you're always doing lots of things for the people in LA as well, favors and gigs and concerts. And so he had me fly out there one time from New York to sing this next song. It's called I'm All I've Got, and he just knew me. He's like, Alice, this is a song for you. This is your song. And that must have been about 15 years ago. I've never felt like this song is more right from like how I feel right now. This song, I'm all I've got. And when I look in the mirror, I love it.
Yes.
We're pretending up here. We just and so if you know this song, please find me afterwards because I want to find the person, I want to meet the person that actually knows this song. But if you have never heard it, now you learned something tonight, right? Bravo Giovanni by Milton Schaefer.
Yes.
And it's called I'm All I've Got. And it was Michelle Lee sang this on Broadway and Liza Minnelli recorded it. So if you want to hear it, you can look up Liza's version of it. And here it goes, here's my version of it. Rearrange me into a shy, a demure, or a strange me. You'll never change me to what I'm not. I'm all I've got, and I've got quite a lot of whatever I've got. One thing I'm not a leaf in a gale that is blowing. Won't take a trail till I know where it's going. The boat I'm rowing, a yacht it's not. Needs a yacht when you've got such a lot of whatever I've got. I don't admire a million sheep who walk around disguised as people. I'd rather jump right off a steeple or by a firing squad be shot than rot in a pigeonhole or a slot. I'm all I've got. And when I look in the mirror, I love it. So let the whole world condemn me. What of it? I rise above it. My simple plot is to be what I am me, and that's how you'll take me. You'll find you can't domesticate or break me. I am me, and you can never make me what I'm not. I am stuck with whatever I've got. So rise above. What of it? I rise above it. My simple plot is to be what I am me, and that's how you'll take me. You'll find you can't domesticate or break me. I am me, and you could never make me what I'm not. I am stuck with whatever I've got. So rise above. Sounds great up here. What do you think?
It does.
Chris and Jess, thank you already. Thank you already. Thank you. Feels like when the sound is good, it feels like you're swimming in a beautiful pond. One time I went went skinny dipping in Walden Pond.
Did you?
Yes.
Oh,
We'll talk about it later. Kind of felt like this.
Yeah.
Kind of nice. And then people walked by.
Oh.
You gotta like duck under, hold your breath,
Yeah.
because you're not supposed to be in there. All right. I'm so happy that you're all here. Thank you. Thank you for coming out on this snowy, crispy, cold, icy, dark evening. Appreciate it very much. I'm really happy to be in this part of the country. Like I said, I was born in California, but I grew up in Ohio, mostly in Cleveland. And this is something about being next to the Great Lakes, being in, for me, don't tell anybody, but Ohio and Michigan is kind of the same. Same state. Like when I landed here, I was like, wow, these people look like my family. They look a little bit different on the East Coast, so I'm happy to be back. Thank you for having me. Thrilled, and it's lovely to see all of you here. The next song is, ever heard of Stephen Sondheim? Well, I kind of feel like, I don't know, I think maybe when I was in college I learned this, that it's good to know Sondheim's music and to sing it and to include it in your set no matter what, because it kind of, he's like royalty, so you want to always remember him. And Sondheim's music was, he wrote for the actor, for a singer who was really an actor, and that's how I see myself, because the lyrics and the melody are so beautifully paired. He really was an incredible craftsman. And one time I read that Sondheim said that, "What's the use of wondering," which is a song from Carousel, that was his favorite song. He said that maybe it was a perfect song, but I would say to him that this song is perfect. I think this next song is a perfect song. It's called I Remember, and it's from a musical he wrote called Evening Primrose. And the musical started out as a television script. It was a black and white TV show. Maybe some of you saw it, and then he turned it into a musical. And the song is about, well, all I know about it is it's sung by a mannequin who wants to be human and is remembering what life felt like. And so you'll hear me speak about my family during this set, because the set's very personal for me, this particular group of songs. And this song reminds me of my dad, not for any other reason except that he lost his memory when he had Alzheimer's. We lost him to Alzheimer's, and it's such a loss, really so sad. But he's the reason, you'll hear me talk about my family because they're the reason why I'm on stage. They encouraged me and they gave me a reason to want to be seen and to share the music that I can make. And so I like to sing this song, not just because it's one of my favorite songs, but because it makes me think of my dad. I remember sky, it was blue as ink, or at least I think. I remember sky, I remember snow, soft as feathers, sharp as thumbtacks, coming down like lint, and it made you squint when the wind would blow, and ice like vinyl on the streets, cold as silver, white as sheets, rain like strings, and changing things like leaves. I remember leaves, crisp as paper, green like spearmint. I remembered at least I try. But as years go by, they're a sort of haze, and the bluest ink isn't really sky. And at times I think I would gladly die for a day of sky. Thank you. Well, this is a song that I recorded with this guy over here, John.
Yeah, a while ago.
I'm trying to remember what year it was.
Oh gosh, we
It was
should have
in the
looked it
ni-
up.
it
We
was-
can't
I
remember.
think everything was in the 90s to me. Because the last 20 years just went by like it was a year.
Boom,
You know,
right.
because you got to add at least a year because of COVID.
At least.
It's longer than you thought it was, and it's
Right.
really weird, isn't it?
Yeah. But we made a record.
What a
We're-
drag it is getting older.
It's okay, you've
It's not
earned
that
it.
bad.
You've earned
Yeah, so you invited me, and I think it must have been around Sideshow,
it. Ish. Yeah.
because Rosie had us on her show.
Yeah.
Emily is my co-star on Sideshow. I always say, Emily Skinner, because she stood right here next to me. Emily Skinner, ladies and gentlemen. And I got to know this part of her face really well. Just this cheekbone and this eye.
Right. But yes, I did.
But I
I
think
called you
that
up
was-
and I said, I'm making this record of the music of Maury Yeston. I don't know if you know Maury Yeston, but incredible. Nine and Titanic and a bunch of great shows. And so you said, yes, what are we going to do? And I was like, well, we found this cool song.
Yeah.
So we did it.
I know, and it's I kind of forgot about it, and then I remembered it,
Yeah.
and I listened to it, and you said, "Wow, we should do this
We
one."
should add
because
this. So this is one of the new songs.
It's beautiful. It's got a beautiful lyric. You can just listen to it, figure it out. I'm not going to introduce. Just we meet by purest chance, accident, unintended. No time to let our feelings show. Two people unattached, still not matched, still not mended. Please let's not even say hello. Please let's not stop and talk a while. You never know, we might continue talking. But surely you're still you, I'm still me, that's for certain. I'm still no good at letting go. So please let's not even say hello. Please let's not stop and talk a while. You never know, we might continue talking. But surely you're still you, I'm still me, that's for certain. I'm still no good at letting go. So please let's not even say hello. could go home and stream that tonight. Just look it up. And sounds exactly like it did 35 years ago. It's like I want to give myself a facelift while I talk about all these stories from long, long ago.
Gosh.
This song is this is the song I love this song from If Then by Tom Kitt and Brian Yorkie, because it kind of feels like a sister song to I Miss the Mountains, which was the song I sang in Next to Normal. And I like to do them together in the same set, so I think we might do I Miss the Mountains later, I don't know, maybe, if we want to. I don't think I can get out of the building alive if I don't sing that. So I'll show up later, but we're going to do this one first. It's called You Learn to Live Without, and this is another song I really feel like the lyrics, they really hit home to where I am right now. You learn to take your coffee black, you learn to drink your whiskey neat, you learn to take the shower cold and sleep on tired feet. You learn to order dinner in, you learn to send the laundry out, you learn how to amuse yourself, you learn to live without. You tell yourself you're rich at last in money and in time. You draw a bath and then unplug the phone. You pour yourself a Pinot Clos de Val 2003, and you sit a spell. You're a queen upon a throne. You go to bed alone. You learn to fall asleep alone, you learn to silence ticking clocks, you learn to pull the shades at night and double check the locks. You learn to speak so calmly when your heart would love to scream and shout. You learn to stop and breathe and smile. You learn to live without. You find the coat and tie you thought you'd given to Goodwill. You toss his favorite shoes onto the pile. You see him in the faces of the boys he left behind, and you die a bit with every time you smile, but only for a while. You learn to count the quiet wins, an hour with no unprompted tears, and not to count the deadly days as they fade into years. You learn to stand alone at last, so brave and bold and strong and stout. You learn somehow to like the dark and even love the doubt. You learn to hold your life inside you and never let it out. You learn to live and die and then to live. You learn to live without. You learn to live without. You learn to live without. And it takes 35 years to learn to live without. Whatever it is, just get ready, all you youngsters. Life is not even hard yet, just wait. I'm just thanks for laughing, because I'm just teasing. Every day has its trials and every day has its joys, right? This song reminds me of my mother. This is a song from, I think it's my favorite show. I know it's not very hip, but Les Miserables is my favorite score. I just say that, you know, I I'm not really that good at being in the audience, so it was not like I was a musical theater groupie or anything. I just kind of became a musical theater performer and didn't really know what the musicals were that I wanted to do. But Les Mis, when I saw it from the audience, I was blown away. And then when I got to be on stage as Fantine, I think it's one of the best. It's just a really well-written show. It's one of the most fun shows you can do as an actor. It's beautifully kind of dovetails itself. All the moments set themselves up so as an actor you just kind of step on stage and just give what they gave you, and it's a lot. You don't have to fill in a lot of holes, really. So this song is Fantine's song, and I played her on Broadway and I played her on the road, and I remember one time singing this song on the road in Huntington, Alabama, you know, in this big giant opera house that probably never gets used, you know, for anything. And there we are, except for tours, and I'm in the middle of the stage singing Dream to Dream, and I'm kneeling and I'm singing, he slept a slumber by my side, and I see this thing going, flying around. He filled my days with endless wonder. You know, because you can't go, what is going on? Would you please, somebody, you know, you have to, because the thing that you learn when you're on stage is the audience, if hopefully, you know, we always hope that they get drawn in and they're suspended in some kind of beautiful internal, you know, feeling that they got going on. And so they might not notice that you have spit on your face, or your shoe's broken, or your wig fell off. They might not notice. Unless you go, my wig fell off, I got spit on my face, my shoe's broken. You know, they go, oh no. But you know what I mean. Like there's a little bit of, there's a time when you know you have to deal with what just happened. Like if somebody in the audience passes out, they have to turn the lights on and bring everybody. Sorry, that's not going to happen tonight. I didn't mean to bring the house down. Somebody, you know, but that's when you have to stop. But otherwise, you just try to keep it going, right? And so that's my most interesting story about this song. When there was a bat flying over my head, Huntington, Alabama, and I came off stage and one of the crew guys was like, "That was so cool. That bat was flying around your head the whole time you were singing." Really playing the part of like this woman's gonna go any minute now. Sweep down and rip that wig right off her head and feast on it. Because Fantine's wig is famously like it's huge. So anyway, but thanks for being my therapy, because I didn't have it. I was supposed to have it yesterday. I was out of town. See Victoria this week. So thanks a lot, because it helps me to tell stories of when I was traumatized. But I do like to talk about my mother. I love to talk about her. She's incredible. She was an amazing soul. She's the most beautiful woman I ever met. And she was the life of the party, and everybody wanted to go home with her. And I'm so sad that she had to leave so early, but she used to always ask me to sing this song. She used to go, "Will you sing for me? Will you sing for me? Will you sing for me, Alice?" You know, and that's how I ended up singing, because otherwise I wouldn't have even had the idea. She always wanted me to sing for her. She said, "Will you sing Dream to Dream?" And I was like, "I don't want to sing. It's so sad. I'm just like such a sad song." But then what's her face from Britain's Got Talent starts singing this song. I mean, you guys. I can't say you guys anymore. Can you believe it? Like, I don't want to get in trouble for saying you guys. So y'all, well, why is y'all better? I mean, I'm not from the South. That's another subject. I don't even remember what I was talking about. Dream to Dream. And so yeah. So now that she's not here to enjoy it, I'll sing the song for her. I'm being dark humor here. Thank you for going with it. Yeah, anybody wants to cast me as Fantine, I'd play her again. I'll be that lady that's still playing the same role and she's 80 years old and nobody wants to tell her she's too old to play that role. But if they offered it to me, I just would. So here you go, ready? Get out your Kleenex. This is the song that Fantine sings right before she dies. Right? Okay. Imagine me with no teeth, because Fantine has all her teeth pulled out. Yeah, it's supposed to be silly. Because you're going to cry in a couple minutes, right? There was a time when men was exciting. There was a time it all went wrong. I dreamed a dream in time gone by, when hope was high and life worth living. I dreamed that love would never die. I dreamed that God would be forgiving. Then I was young and unafraid, and dreams were made and used and wasted. There was no ransom to be paid, no song unsung, no wine untasted. But the tigers come at night, with their voices soft as thunder, as they tear your hope apart, as they turn your dream to shame. He slept a summer by my side. He fills my days with endless wonder. He took my childhood in his stride, but he was gone when autumn came. And still I dream he'll come to me, that we will live the years together. But there are dreams that cannot be, and there are storms we cannot weather. I had a dream my life would be so different from this hell I'm living, so different now from what it seemed. Now life has killed the dream I dreamed. You gotta get some laughs. You gotta make fun of yourself. Oh, and then it starts with lovely lady. We won't do that part. We'll spare you.
And stay out.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so earlier I was talking about Sideshow, the show I did on Broadway. I think it was 1997.
Oh, it's all right.
It was up a lift everywhere.
You look good.
We did Sideshow. It only ran for 2 months, which is like amazing.
Did I tell you that I saw that show 3 times? Have I told you this? I saw it once on opening night. I loved it so much. I went back again to see it in the middle of the run, and then I heard it was closing, and I went to the last show, the closing. It's the only Broadway show I've seen 3 times. I loved it so much. No pressure to sing well or anything.
I mean, I think Frank Rich called us a crackerjack team, and that's what it was. With Emily and I, we were, or that was Ben Brantley, I guess, but we were like the total is greater than the sum of its parts, I guess, is that the expression? And there's something about when I sing with Emily, when I sing with her, that we kind of reach a level of amazingness that we might not do by ourselves. However, after I finished the show, a lot of requests were coming in to sing songs from Sideshow, but you know, they're almost all duets, so kind of, I was going, what do you mean? You want me to, wait, could you tell me a little bit more about how you want me to sing a song from Sideshow? If it's a duet, I don't really want to do that. Because I don't sing it with anybody but Emily, I used to say. Because you never know, like, you know, if somebody says, I want to sing a song with you, you don't know what you're going to get into, you know, you got to make sure that they can really pull it off, right? And they got the chops for this. And so many years have gone by, and I've often wondered, boy, I wish I had a solo version of my favorite song in the show, Who Will Love Me As I Am, and now I have one, and that's what we're going to do for you now, so you get to hear a little bit of Sideshow sung by one person. We were separated. We had our operation and we had our separation of the flesh. And you know, people thought that we were, I think the audience was convinced that we had Velcro, we had snaps to keep us together, but no, it was just good old-fashioned, you know, illusion, musical theater goodness. And then they revived it, but I don't want to get negative, so I'm not going to talk about the revival. We can gossip about it later. We can gossip off camera later. And so this is the closer of the first act, and it's called Who Will Love Me As I Am. Like a fish plucked from the ocean, tossed into a foreign stream, always knew that I was different, often fled into a dream. I ignored the raging currents, right against the tide I swam, but I floated with the question, who will love me as I am? Like an odd exotic creature on display inside a zoo, hearing children asking questions makes me ask some questions too. Could we bend the laws of nature? Could a lion love a lamb? Who could see beyond the surface? Who will love me as I am? Who will ever call to say I love you? Send me flowers or a telegram. Who could proudly stand beside me? Who will love me as I am? Like a clown whose tears cause laughter, trapped inside the center ring. Even seeing smiling faces, I am lonely, pondering who would want to join this madness. Who would change my monogram? Who would be part of my circus? Who will love me as I am? Who will ever call to say I love you? Send me flowers or a telegram. Who could proudly stand beside me? Who will love me as I am? Who could proudly stand beside me? Who will love me as I kind of like it better as a solo. I kind of like it better. Well, this next song, love this song. When I played it for you, John, you said we have to do that in our set, and I don't even know how or why, but we have to do it in our set. Meaning, you know, it's just a song that we love, and we want you to hear it. Because the rest of the set is really songs that we've already performed or recorded.
Okay.
Right? I skipped?
We've been moving around. It's okay.
Oh yeah, well let's do this one and then we'll do the other one. How's that? Do that? Since I already started introducing it.
Yeah, the sun, right?
This is not my most current prescription. It's probably what's going on.
It's the thing.
Old ones.
It's okay.
Well,
It's all good, you know?
yeah, since I already started introducing, then we'll go back and do
Okay,
it.
perfect.
Okay, so, yeah, well, this is an Alan Menken song that I had never heard. So I was listening to an Alan Menken playlist one day,
Yeah.
listening list, and it came up, and I stopped what I was doing and I walked over to my phone and I saw that it was Bonnie Raitt singing this song. Great combination. And I was still so taken with the song, I played it for you and you said, we've got to do it and let's talk about Alan Menken, who was one of my favorite composers, and it's called Will the Sun Ever Shine Again? And I read that he wrote this in response to 9/11, and I lived 2 miles up the West Side Highway when the buildings were destroyed, and so it really made an impact on my life. Like nothing was ever the same after that day. So I'd like to include it because this is supposed to be a real personal set for me, and so I'll sing this one. You can hear it for the first time and fall in love with it. And you could go home and find Bonnie Raitt's version and like it even more, maybe. Maybe, I don't know. She's here. Come on out, Bonnie Raitt. She's in the audience. She's in the audience. It's from an animated movie called Home on the Range. Anybody heard of it? Oh, really? Oh, wow. That was a great response. Yes! Okay. We'll sing along if you want to. Rain is coming down like the heavens are hurting. Seems like it's been dark since the devil knows when. How do you go on never knowing for certain? Will the sun ever shine again? Seems like it's been years since it started to thunder. Clouds are camping out in the valley and glen. How do you go on when you can't help but wonder? Will the sun ever shine again? What if the rain keeps falling? What if the sky stays gray? What if the winds keep squalling and never go away? Maybe soon the storm will get tired of blowing. Maybe soon it all will be over, amen. How do you go on when there's no way of knowing? Will the sun ever shine? I wish I could say, oh, give me a sign, one little ray. Oh Lord, if you're listening, how long until then? Will the sun ever shine again? What if the winds keep squalling and never go away? Maybe soon the storm will get tired of blowing. Maybe soon it all will be over, amen. How do you go on when there's no way of knowing? Will the sun shine. I wish I could say, oh, give me a sign, one little ray. Oh Lord, if you're listening, how long until then? Will the sun ever shine? I moved. I'm not just standing there anymore. I walked in my shoes. Well, I skipped over a song, so I don't
And a
know.
good one.
I don't have an excuse. I can't say I wasn't wearing my glasses. I can't say there wasn't a set list. I can't say I wasn't looking forward to it, because I am looking forward to it. This song. This next song is it's my song right now. It's my moment. Because Sunset Boulevard is a show that I was in on Broadway. In the original cast, I played Betty Schaefer. It was 1995. It was before Sideshow. It was the first time my name was ever on a poster. So my character that I played, Betty, she doesn't have a solo. Even though I asked Andrew Lloyd Webber, I said, won't you write me a solo? Don't you think Betty should have a coming-of-age song? Where she, he's like, just patted me on the head. Oh, you're so funny. You Americans are so funny. But before the pandemic, I think the last fully staged production I was in was a production of Sunset Boulevard at the North Shore Music Theater in Beverly, Mass. And I got to play Norma Desmond. You know, I'm going to tell you because you can look it up if you want to. I just turned 60 in December, okay? It's really weird. Getting older is so weird. It's like you look in the mirror, you're like, Grandma! My mother, it was my mother's hand, you know? It's really pretty interesting experience. Well, I love those people, so I'm happy to see them again, my mother and my grandma. But Norma Desmond is about my age, and, you know, so I'm ready. I'm ready to play her now. I'm finally old enough to play Norma Desmond. And I consider her to be my role. So please don't tell me that somebody else is playing her anywhere else. I don't want to hear about it. She's my... I was in Sunset for the whole run on Broadway, and I was in the original cast, and the reason I'm not on the album is because they recorded the album before it came to Broadway with the cast in Los Angeles, and Judy Kuhn left the cast before it came to Broadway, and so I'm playing Betty in the Broadway show in my history. Even though I know Alice kind of slips through the cracks sometimes, so you might not know that bit of trivia about the cast album. But I used to watch Glenn Close and Betty Buckley and Elaine Page sing this song from The Wings. And I would dream back then, I was like, you know, if I'm still alive when I'm old enough to play Norma, I can't wait, because, okay, I'll just say this a little bit here. When I was playing in Sideshow, when I played a conjoined twin with my friend Emily, people were convinced I was Emily. People would call me Emily, because our job was to be twins. And when I played Diana Goodman in Next to Normal, people were convinced I was her, you know. Well, I'm not a conjoined twin, and I'm not Emily Skinner, and I'm not Diana Goodman either. What I am is Norma, I really am a lot like Norma Desmond. Look at it this way. Diana Goodman she has kids, she's bipolar, she tries to kill herself, she gets ECT, all these things that aren't anywhere near my experience. It's nothing like Alice Ripley. But Norma Desmond, she wears her sunglasses inside the house at night. She wants to be a movie star at any cost. So I don't think that I would kill somebody, but you never know. So, yeah, all I know is when I played Norma at North Shore, that was the last time I saw my brother Rick, because then he was only 61 when he died of a horrible brain tumor that just, nobody even knew it was happening. But that was the last time I saw him. And so there's something about that role that is very personal to me. I can't wait to play her again. And this song is one of my favorite songs. as if we never said goodbye, because it describes the magic, of the backstage magic, and the magic that we do to create an illusion for the audience. I don't know why I'm frightened. I know my way around here. The cardboard trees, the painted seas, the sound here, yes, a world to rediscover. But I'm not in any hurry, and I need a moment. The whispered conversations in overcrowded hallways, the atmosphere as thrilling here as always. Feel the early morning madness, feel the magic in the making. Why, everything's as if we never said goodbye. So many mornings just trying to resist you. I'm trembling now, you can't know how I've missed you. Miss the fairy tale adventure in this ever-spinning playground. We were young together. I'm coming out of makeup, the light's already burning. Not long until the cameras will start turning, and the early morning madness and the magic in the making. Yes, everything's as if we never said goodbye. Soul in the past. This world's waited long enough. I've come home at last, and this time will be bigger and brighter than we knew it. So watch me fly. We all know I can do it. Has there ever been a moment with so much to live for? The whispered conversations in overcrowded hallways, so much to say, not just today, but always. We'll have early morning madness, we'll have magic in the making. Yes, everything's as if we never said goodbye. Yes, everything's as if we never said goodbye. We taught the world new ways to dream. Thank you so much. Thank you. Oh, you're wonderful. I've had the best time. This is I'm staying at at Weber's Inn. I don't know, the Google lady suddenly was giving us directions and she suddenly said, finding directions to Weber's. She knows how to pronounce it correctly. They've come a long way with that, Google lady. It's a very interesting hotel. Really, it's really cute. I really like it. I got to know some of the people that worked there today. I'm the crazy chatty lady who has all her meals by herself. And charges everything to Dan Cooney. I'm keeping my receipts. I have to talk about the room, because let's just talk about Weber's.
Yes.
The place is awesome. First of all, the toilet has a heated toilet seat. And it will do everything except you know what to you. It does everything. And I lived in Spain for a little while. Like, there's nothing like this over. This is like high tech. I'm really impressed. And they take cleanliness to a new level.
That's good on a cold
And the
day.
shower, even a hot day, the shower is like 4 shower heads just going right down your body. So I didn't want to come out of the shower. I'm lucky that I could do anything to get a look going on for you tonight, because I just couldn't get out of the shower so late. So maybe we're going to go to Weber's and hang out. Get some food, had some vegetables for lunch that were absolutely delicious, scalloped potatoes, vegetable medley, and spinach. And I explained to the lady that served me my spinach that, did you know that this spinach used to be a big giant pile and it cooks all the way down, it cooks all the way down and does this? She's like, yeah, lady, you look bored like you have nobody to talk to. I ate the spinach. So, I'm telling you everything about Weber's. I just couldn't believe she said it. I was like, I'm saying it incorrectly? But it is a German thing. Okay, God love those Germans. I was studying some languages last year. I dabbled in like 10 different languages just to see which one I liked. And I was speaking some Japanese, I was Catalan, French, German cracked me up. German's funny. I want to talk about languages for a second, because Duolingo is awesome. Like, I'm actually learning just enough to get me in trouble, you know. But as I was studying, before I decided to just focus on French, and then I'm going to sing the song, believe it or not. Before I decided to focus on French, I was experimenting with other languages too, just studying them, and German made me laugh. Because German was like, they're just like, Bis bald, Vater! Just see you later, Dad. I mean, it's not that big a deal, you guys. It's really, they were hilarious. It's cracking up. And then Italian is all about the food. You know, it's all the languages, the phrases that you learn is all about food. Spanish, it was all about family. You know, abuela, abuelo. And French, it was all about I hate. I hate this, I hate that, I hate this, I hate that. Je déteste. It was one of the first things I learned. I just think it's funny, isn't it great? Like, it's French, you know, what's going on with it? Because their language, I wanted to throw my phone across the room. So many curly cues, and then you get into a phase where you're actually getting kind of good at it, and then you want to do well, and then you then want to throw your phone. So someday, probably right in about 20 years, I'll be able to speak a little bit of French with my friend Jennifer, who's in the audience. Jennifer and Sarah, I just wanted to call you guys out. I went to school with these two people. I heard you laugh, so I know you're over there somewhere. Can you believe this? I just happened to call Sarah. We were at DePaul University in Green Castelli, Indiana. And Sarah's from Michigan, Kalamazoo. Well, now everybody knows where you live. Sorry. This is how I learned. I didn't know this until I met Sarah in 1981. This. Fergus, Michigan, by like holding up your palm. So when I called her a couple weeks ago, I said, I just feel like chatting, you know, it's not like we talk very often at all, ever, right? But it's one of those friendships you just pick up where you left off. And I told her I was going to be here at the Encore on the 18th, and she said, I'm going to be in Ann Arbor on the 18th. I was like, what? So we got the guard together. Jennifer flew in from Kansas City. I mean, I rank with these people. I rate with them. Look at that. I was the one who was the performer, and they were the ones who were the supporters. That's how I remembered it. Because like I would hog all the time, you know, in your dorm when there's somebody playing piano and somebody singing. I was always the one, like I was hogging all the time, and they were like, so thanks for making the trip, because it was really kind of meant to be, wasn't it? I forgot what song was coming up. Okay, so this is my second. This has nothing to do with anything I've been talking about so far. This is my second favorite Sondheim song. It's called Losing My Mind, and it's from Follies. And I think, you know, the question that this asks at the end, or am I losing my mind, I think you could probably decide the answer to that question as well. That question doesn't have to hang. It can be maybe yes, just a little bit. Just enough to be able to tell the story of Losing My Mind by Stephen Sondheim. And I love how the lyric gives you the permission to just stand in one place and not move. The sun comes up, I think about you. The coffee cup, I think about you. I want you so, it's like I'm losing my mind. The morning ends, I think about you. I talk to friends and think about you. And do they know it's like I'm losing my mind? All afternoon doing every little chore, the thought of you stays bright. Sometimes I stand in the middle of the floor, not going left, not going right. I dim the lights and think about you. Spend sleepless nights to think about you. You said you loved me, or were you just being kind? Or am I losing my mind? Ian's up in the light booth. Thank you. You have to make a spotlight. It's funny because I told you about Tommy, my first Broadway show, and I remember standing on the subway platform with my backpack, ready to go home. After the show, you're just standing there, you know, waiting for the train, and there's a guy over there looking at me. He was like making a face at me, like he was disappointed, like shaking his head. Who is this guy? Is this really kind of cute, kind of muscular guy? I'm like, who is it? Like, and I've got my game face on. I'm like, don't talk to me, don't make eye contact. You know, you're on the train. It turns out that he was my spot operator. And I never met him, and I had to read him. I had to read him and go, look, you look at me every night. I've never met you, so it's kind of a great story idea. Let's write a story about it. So Ian, I never met you, but thank you. Thanks for the light. Thanks for the work that you did. I really appreciate everything that you do up there in your light booth. What do you do up there in your light booth? I don't want to know. And I thanked Chris and Jess, right? And Dan and Jessica. There's two Jessicas that I know that are here. Jessica and Jessica. And they both have V's in their last names, which is really a coincidence, don't you think? I mean, I don't know why I even said that, but I want to say thank you to Jessica and Jessica, and Dan and Matt, and their kids, too, even though I don't know you. Thanks for being born, because...
Not yet.
Not yet. Because I just, you gave them a reason to live. Okay. I don't know what's happening. I'm trying to extend it. The show's too short. I'm trying to make it drag out. I'm just excited to actually talk to people, so thank you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for chuckling and having a good time, and dragging yourself out and dragging yourself back home again. Don't forget, you're going to be thinking about that heated toilet seat. You're going to be like, she's lucky, man. I should have been a singer. I should have gone on the road with Goddess Ripley. Okay, this song there's no reason why this song is in the set except I just want to sing it. I just want to take a stab at it. You know, funny girl, that's a role. Fanny Bryce is a role I won't play. I understand I'm not allowed to play that role for lots of reasons. I'm too old and not the right type or whatever. But long before Leah Michelle had her face on the side of a bus, she wasn't even born when I was singing this song. We were belting it out. This is an audition song, so I guess I'm gonna just prove to everybody that I can still butcher this song. Don't rain on my parade. But also, you know, don't rain on my parade. For real, just don't do it. Don't do it. That's what I want to say. Don't tell me not to fly. I've simply got to. Am I singing the wrong words already? That's what you get for saying something bad about Leah Michelle. Don't tell me not to live, to sit and putter. Life's candy and the sun's a ball of butter. Don't bring around a cloud to rain on my parade. Don't tell me not to fly, I've simply got to. If someone takes a spill, it's me and not you. Who told you you're allowed to rain on my parade? I'll march my band out. I beat my drum. And if I fanned out, your turn at bat, sir. At least I didn't fake it, hat, sir. I guess I didn't make it. But whether I'm the rose of sheer perfection or freckle on the nose of life's complexion, the cinder or the shiny apple of its eye, I gotta try once, I gotta fly once, only can die once, right, sir? Ooh, life is juicy, and you see, I gotta have my bite, sir. Get ready for me, love, 'cause I'm a comer. I simply gotta march, my heart's a drummer. Don't bring around a cloud to rain on my parade. I'm gonna live and live now. Get what I want, I know how. One roll for the whole shebang. One toll, that bell will go clang. Eye on the target and wham. One shot, one gunshot and bam. Hey! Thank you. That's what I wanted on Broadway. Because of course it has to start raining. Thank you so much, Nick. What a great song. Great song, man. Ooh, thank you so much. Yeah, that gets your heart going. You start sweating. Tingly all over. It's that kind of a song. So does this one. I think we only have a couple songs left. I can't decide if I like this mic stand or not. I just think I just want something to do. So, this is a role that I played. Is someone doing it right now? Did you see someone playing Genevieve? Someone's doing Baker's Wife. This is from The Baker's Wife by Stephen Schwartz. And I played this role at the Paper Mill Playhouse. And it was really a wonderful experience. Lenny Wolpe played the baker, and Max von Essen was Dominique. And it was a wonderful company. And I was so happy to be able to sing this score because Meadowlark is from The Baker's Wife. And Meadowlark is a really well-known song now. First time I heard it was 1982 or 83. And my friend Jeff Ward, who has left the earth, it's so sad. I wish you were here to hear me sing this because back then we had cassettes. And he had a cassette of The Baker's Wife cast album, and nobody even knew what belting was. Like Patty was a relatively new performer. She had just done Evita, showed us all how to do it. Nobody really knew how to belt. It wasn't really part of what was going on yet. So I kind of learned how to sing by listening to Patti LuPone. I mean, somebody might say, what's the big deal about Patti LuPone? And I'd say, what? What are you talking about? How could you even say that? It's like, she's royalty. She's like royalty to those of us who were singers and wanted to be on Broadway. So Jeff Ward, we were sitting in the cafeteria across from each other, and he took this cassette tape and he said, this is your audition song, like for the rest of your life. Hey, you need to listen to this song. And like I said, nobody had heard of the show, had heard of the song, and it blew my mind, and he was right. It did become a song I sang a lot for auditions, and then it became a song that everybody wanted to sing and record. Everybody kind of wants to own Meadowlark. The Baker's Wife they say it's a problematic show, but it's just because not a lot of people will understand Genevieve's motivation, because Genevieve is married to a man who's older than her, who's got, he takes care of her. But then she gets the hots for this young guy, who's just there just for one reason, And so that might be hard for somebody to understand. Do you know what I mean? And it's a very delicate thing that she's singing about in Meadowlark. That's what I'm singing about here is, how can I say no to this person that wants me? But I can't break this guy's heart. And so the story is about, well, I'm going to sing the story for you right now. What does he think I am? What sort of a weak-willed, sentimental sheep does he think I am? Well, I won't even think about him. I'll just go to sleep. Who does he think he is? Who could be as handsome? Who could be as smart as he thinks he is? He just has to snap his fingers. Women fall apart. What does he think? That will slink away with him? That I'll follow him ripe and drooling? Who does he think he is? And what does he think I am? And who do I think I'm fooling? of the meadowlark who lived where the rivers wind. Her voice could match the angels in its glory, but she was blind. The lark was blind. The king of the rivers took her to his palace, where the walls were burnished bronze and golden braid. And he fed her fruit and nuts from an ivory chalice, and he cried, "Sing for me, my meadowlark, sing for me of the silver morning. Set me free, my meadowlark, and I'll buy you a priceless jewel and cloth of brocade and crewel, and I'll love you for life if you will sing for me." Then one day as the lark sang by the water, the god of the sun heard her in his flight, and her singing moved him so he came and brought her the gift of sight. He gave her sight, and she opened her eyes to the shimmer and the splendor of this beautiful young god, so proud and strong. And he called to the lark in a voice both rough and tender, "Come along, fly with me, my meadowlark, fly with me on the silver morning, past the sea where the dolphins bark. We will dance on the coral beaches, make a feast of the plums and peaches, just as far as your vision reaches. Fly with me." But the meadowlark said no, for the old king loved her so. She couldn't bear to wound his pride. So the sun god flew away, and when the king came down that day, he found his meadowlark had died. Every time I heard that part, I cried. And now I stand here starry-eyed and stormy. Oh, just when I thought my heart was finally numb, a beautiful young man appears before me, singing, "Come, oh, won't you come?" And what do I do if finally, for the first time, the one I'm burning for returns the glow? If love has come at last, it's picked the worst time. Still I know I've got to go. Fly away, meadowlark, fly away on the silver morning. If I stay, I'll grow to curse the dark. So it's off where the days won't bite me. I know I leave wounds behind me, but I won't let tomorrow find me back this way. Before my past once again can blind me. Fly away. And we won't wait to say goodbye, my beautiful young man. so much having you here tonight and just being together and making some music. I really appreciate all of you being here and your warm hearts and for listening so carefully. This is the song that is our encore. We just don't want to have to go off stage and come back on. It also guarantees an encore because we've got to make sure we sing this one because this is the song that I actually. This is a perfect song to me, and I feel really lucky that I get to be the one. It's my song. I get to make it my own, and it's from Next to Normal. And back in the day when Next to Normal was still being workshopped, I think we worked on it. I think it took them 10 years to write Next to Normal, Brian and Tom. And I workshopped it for a number of years, and it went through all these changes. So many songs came in and left the show. Like, I don't know, 100? A lot of them. And so this was one that was always there. It was right in the middle of the show. It's this moment where Diana gets to sit and just have a moment without doing anything but just sitting and ruminating a little bit. And so back in the day when we were workshopping Next to Normal, I took this song and just started singing it in my sets with Emily, and we recorded it. And it's just nice to know that it's been there all this time. It's been a while. It's been many years, and I'm happy to sing it for you right now. Thank you so much, and when we break, let's say hi afterwards, and then please be careful going home, because it's awful slippery out there. There was a time when I flew higher, was a time the wild girl running free would be me. Now I see her feel the fire, now I know she needs me there to share, but I'm nowhere. All these blank and tranquil years, seems they've dried up all my tears. And while she runs free and fast, seems my wild days are past. But I miss the mountains, I miss the dizzy heights, all the manic magic days and the dark depressing nights. I miss the mountains, I miss the highs and lows, all the climbing, all the falling, all the while the wild wind blows, stinging you with snow and soaking you with rain. I miss the mountains, I miss the pain. Mountains make you crazy, here it's safe and sound.